Are you going to forget to put detection at your third base again? Yes, he did! Oh, Speed Overlord coming over there, though. He knows what's coming. The Corsair's there to intercept. Can he get it above that sunken colony in time to kill? No! The Overlord goes down. DT with 4 kills, 5 kills. Overlord's hatching. Can he get that DT down before the Overlords die? The DT goes down. Nice. I won't say save because he lost a lot in that attack, but nice. Almost saved by Modesty. And look at this. There, he did take the 4th base at that location, at that mineral only below his base. Zealots are just powering it down. They're trying to just target fire the hatchery to kill it. It's down to 200 health. It's down to 150. 2 Zealots left. Is he going to kill it in time? 100 health on that hatchery. Oh my goodness. That hatchery is still not long for this world. I have a feeling though. Wow. Zergling might have just spotted that. I liked it. He's surrounding the hatchery with Hydralisks so that nothing can just run right in and attack it. Whoa, Corsairs! Oh man! If the Scourge had been moved into a better attack move in a better angle, they would have been able to take out more Corsairs, I think. But as it was, they're kind of flying sideways. The Corsairs are able to take them out. More Overlords dying at that 3rd base. Modesty having a hard time being in several locations at once. Shuttle coming in. Oh no! Shuttle flying right within a hair's breadth of those Scourge. Oh my gosh! He almost got killed by those Hydras. Now he's trying to be very careful. Scourge chasing that shuttle. It's a speed shuttle, so it can outrun Scourge. And he's going to try and meet up with those Corsairs as well. It looked like he was trying to get a Scarab off because all that hatchery needs was 1 Scarab, I believe. In order to perish. So he's going to try and just drop next to that hatchery coming from the side, get 1 Scarab off, and get out of dodge. Didn't quite work out though. Modesty defending quite well. Definitely better than last game, and oh my goodness, he's going to load up 2 High Templar. 2 High Templar in that shuttle. Modesty retains that 4th base. He technically has 4 bases now. Not a ton of drone saturation, but that's okay. He's got Hydras now over by this extra base, so he can keep the Corsairs from killing his Overlords. And finally, he gets some Lurker tech as well. Going to be able to do very well against this Mass Zealots that Stork is going. Stork went for Mass Zealots last game as well, and I wasn't sure why Modesty didn't do that. Here comes that shuttle. He's going to go in for a drop, a storm drop at the 4th. Oh, Modesty doesn't react at all, and every drone, almost every drone gets stormed. Oh my gosh, the shuttle escapes as well. It looks like there's at least 8 or 9 kills there, 8 or 9 drone kills. And, wow, oh no! Oh, shuttle goes down. Nice move by the Scourge. He sent some Scourge north and some Scourge south and tried to and basically kind of triangulated that shuttle. Very nice move by Modesty. Modesty's actually doing pretty well. He kept all of his bases. He's re-droned up now. He had to spend a bunch of money and larva on drones, but he is doing decently well now. He's got a decent supply, so he's going to have a hard time holding off an attack if Stork attacks, though, because he does have those High Templar there. And he does have Lurkers. Modesty has Lurkers, but I don't think it's quite going to be enough. Stork now mixing in Dragoons with his army so that he can do that. And you know what? I think, yeah, that base is not very well defended. I think Modesty needs to, there we go, sitting in that Hydralisk to, well, kind of just scout out that base. I think counterattacking would be, and some more harassment would be a good idea for Modesty. You know, send out some Zerglings. He had a bunch of money in the bank. He's just spent it all, so that's a good thing at least. But you know, you've got extra money. Spend it on some Zerglings. Go and harass the new expansions. Try and shut down cannons and run away if you need to. Okay, so actually, wow. So Modesty has actually been spending some of his money on tech, getting up to the Hive, getting into Father Mound. That's kind of interesting. I mean, Swarm can do very well above those Lurkers against a lot of the units. Not so good against Psystorm or Reavers, so not going to be terribly effective against a lot of Stork's army. Sending in some Zerglings to battle these Reavers, not the best counter there. The Reavers are going to take that stuff out. But I guess he didn't want to pick. Whoa! Dual Defiler Mounds! I bet, I know what he's doing. He's upgrading Consume and Plague at the same time. I was thinking, like, is he going to get Swarm? But Plague is very, very useful against Protoss armies like this. I mean, you get 1 Plague off on all their Zealots, and they're super ineffective. It gets, basically kills, well, they're 100 hit points and 60 shields, so the Zealots are going to be mostly gone from a plague. So it really softens them up hardcore. Dragoons, lose a lot of health as well. So if he can get some plagues off, he can hold out long enough to get some plagues on this army, it's going to really make it more effective for him to make these attacks. Stork now looks like he's aiming to try and kind of hit that third base at the bottom. Drop some Reavers out to kill off these. Oh, wow. Okay, I thought he was going to aim for the lurker and it was going to glitch, but he takes out some lings and such anyway. So Stork just kind of carousing around the map, just doing what he can, and really kind of trying to keep Modesty from taking a 5th base, which Modesty has tried to do, but Stork has spotted it already. He's going to shut that down very quickly. I think Stork has a commanding lead at this point. Even though Modesty has 4 bases, one of them is just like a few mineral patches, so it's not like he has a huge economic advantage right now, and Stork has really good saturation at all of his expansions by now. Yeah, Modesty's going to lose that base pretty quickly. Anyway, we're just kind of waiting for an engagement. Stork doesn't want to engage on Modesty's terms. He wants to engage on his own terms. And here comes some more Zealots coming from the top. Oh, Modesty makes the mistake of sending in some units. Oh, he's covering for that Defiler. Gets a nice plague off. He has to fall back to this spoke, as I was talking about, where he has the lurkers on the high ground. Plagues on everything, though. Everything is really softened up by all these plagues going off. But Psystorms, he's actually fallen back to a little bit of a nook on the low ground where he's not within range of those lurkers. Now the lurkers coming in to try and finish the job. Burrows underneath some swarm, but oh, the Zealots going into the extra base at the same time. He actually sent some of his Zealots down to kill his base while he yet left his high-tech units to try and hold off the army of Modesty in the middle of the map. And Reavers are now running into the main, or not the main, into this expansion, doing tons of damage. Oh, storming the ramp as the units try and run up to get at this expansion. Wow, it looks like the Reavers are going to go down, and a lot of Stork's units actually going to go down at this point. But Modesty lost a lot as well. It's hard to say who came out ahead on that actually, because Modesty just killed Stork's entire army. And normally as a Protoss, you kind of want to save your army and kind of regroup it with your other units. Oh, look at that plague on the Corsairs as well. It's going to make it so that one Scourge will kill each Corsair. That's a really nice move there. He can just clone them. Wouldn't be surprised if Modesty still uses 2 Scourge on each Corsair. Okay, that time he didn't. But anyway, Stork now has macroed up another army of Zealots, but again, a nice plague. I mean, if you think about it, that plague basically just did 500 damage, if you hit 5 Zealots. So significant damage. More lurkers morphing. They need to, oh my gosh, is he going to storm those? He's going to be able to kill off the lurkers before they morph. If those lurkers don't come in right this second, they're all going to die before they can even come in. And oh, half of them get killed off. The other half do hatch. Do those Hydras and Lings coming in to try and help out, but it may not be enough at this point. He's got an Observer overhead. These 3 Archons are really going to start wailing on those lurkers. There's not as many Zealots in this army. He doesn't have enough Zerglings to buffer. The Archons taking things out left and right and center and up and down in all different directions. There's still 3 High Templar just sitting there too, just waiting for an opportunity to actually use their storms. With that few units, it actually makes more sense technically to wait for the Archons to kill them than to waste the storm on it. And there, that hatchery is finally going to go down. It had regenerated a lot, but it finally goes down. Wow, Swarm going down is going to protect those Zerglings, make them actually able to fight against these Archons a little bit. Not a lot, but wow. So both players just fighting tooth and nail here with just skeleton crews of units, and those Hydralisks are still burrowed in the back of his base in case of drops. He really needed to use those in several of these attacks. Stork has not been doing many drops. He could have just put a couple Scourge there and it would have been better off. Anyway, Stork now has completely breached this expansion. He's moving all the way into Modesty's natural expansion. More Dragoons coming in to reinforce. Modesty is just somehow holding this off over and over and over again. He's just keeping things back barely. And I mean, Stork has just been barely sending in reinforcements and barely keeping a presence at this location. Looks like Stork is forced to fall back with just those Dragoons. The Speedlings are going to be able to do a decent job. Well, not just a decent job. They're going to be able to fight them back pretty hardcore. Rebuilding that 4th base. He needs to get a 5th up as well. Stork is getting a 4th base. No, Stork has a 4th base. Stork getting a 5th base at the left-hand side of the map at about 9:30. Yeah, look at that. Stork scouting around, making sure Modesty doesn't have any extra bases, basically. Wow. This is getting hardcore. Modesty needs to do something. Oh, that's kind of cute, putting the Zealots in between the pylons. Modesty needs to do something to get back at Stork pretty soon. He needs to maybe think about some Hydra drops or something like that, but Stork just hasn't let him rest for a moment to try and think about doing something sneaky like that. Scourge coming out, not going to do too much good. Modesty, GG's, a giant Protoss army bearing down on his natural expansion. Modesty taps out, leaves the game. Stork has taken now 2 games in a row. He is now one single solitary game away from another OSL Finals. Stork, can you 3-0 Modesty and get into the finals to face your arch nemesis Fantasy? Or will Modesty come back? I don't know. We're going to find out in Game 3, ladies and gentlemen. I'm looking forward to it. Modesty, you know, Stork has owned him kind of badly towards the end of the game, the last 2 games, but Modesty has not just, you know, fallen over. He's not just laid down and let Stork walk over him. He has been fighting very hard and putting up a very, very good fight, showing us some really, really good play. I would not put it past him to be able to come back in this series. We will see in Game 3. Thanks very much for watching.